Hello everybody, welcome back to Ghostly French Toast, and today we're going to be doing the Apex story event because that just recently concluded and I feel like I should post a more video on it. So enough stalling around and let's dive on in. The story begins with the prologue, and it's basically Loba blackmailing all the other legends to help her hunt down an artifact that'll basically bring an end to Revenant. And legends aren't really okay with being blackmailed, but with, blackmail, you're forced to do it. So, Loba makes sure everyone knows that you shouldn't tell Revenant about this, because this is basically a plan to take down Revenant. And after, Revenant kills Loba's parents, all that. So, but the thing is, Revenant's already in the room, because there's a mole leaking information to Revenant, but we don't know who that mole is till later. After the talk with Loba, Bangalore basically gathers all the legends besides Loba and Revenant, basically telling them that we're going to continue doing this mission, learn more about what the artifact is, and how to get rid of Loba at the same time. So, it's basically a win-win kind of deal if you look at it. Next episode, The Legend Falls, we see the group basically go into the Shadow Run, but it goes horribly, as Watson almost gets killed in the Shadow Run by prowlers just stalking her down. So once they get back with Watson, all hell breaks loose. Caustic basically pins Loba to the wall and says if her health doesn't get better, she's gonna kill her. She's gonna make life so miserable she would wish she was dead. And everyone was pissed at Loba all to have fun. And in the next episode, we go back in time a little to basically where Watson got injured while simultaneously happening at the same time. So at this point in time, Octane thought to date with the head executive of Hammond Robotics. So they basically, Lifeline basically pressures Octane into asking information from the head executive of Hammond Robotics. And on Octane's date, Octane has to wear pants, and he's not really happy about that. It was weird. It was cheesy, to say the least, that story. But, what you gonna do? They do get some information, but the date goes horribly. But they have to trade. Octane offered a Bangalore signature, because Bangalore never gives signatures after the games and all that, so that was a deal for information about Hammond Robotics and what Loba was basically doing with them. So we're going to fast forward into next area, next episode in the timeline, and we realize that everyone left the room after Wraith pulled Octane back from the date. Everyone left the room. It was just Octane and Watson's barely functioning body. And Octane was like, I'm tired of playing the nice, chill guy. That's not me. And he slaps a note on Watson's forehead saying, I'm gonna go find those peace gamers. So that goes horribly wrong. Octane loses both his legs, but he does find the peace nonetheless. So it goes pretty bad, and Lifeline's really pissed at Octane. But so she goes to Bangalore, basically ranting about all this nonsense. And Bangalore's upset, so Bangalore does what Bangalore does, and she's like, yo, I'm gonna spill all the juicy gossip about what Loba's doing. So Loba is basically cornered after the group comes back together and Bangalore talks about what Loba's doing. And Loba's basically, she's not used to this because she was the one who blackmailed. She wanted to basically be in power, but she lost all that power in a matter of seconds, so she's not used to that. And she basically has to come clean on what she's doing. And what she is doing, she's basically getting a valuable tech to give to Hammond Robotics, which I had a theory on in the last video and one of my other earlier videos, which turns out to be correct. Bada boom, bada boom. And to give to Hammond Robotics, and in return they'll tell her the location of Revenant's head to basically go kill Revenant. And the teams kind of split at the moment, so they just all leave after that. Tensions were high, and they after that, Watson and Kryptos just start talking and hanging out, being friendly toward each other. And Caustic's like, nah, I ain't gonna allow that. And here's the thing, here's the little secret. Caustic is the mole of basically the entire story. He's leaking the information to Revenant and basically telling him where everything is. And later that episode, Kryptos' drone, which is named Hack for some apparent reason, basically Revenant hacks Hack and basically tells everyone, oh, I know your plan, everything, I'm all good, I know what's gonna happen, I'm just gonna go back and let you do you. And everyone's pissed at Krypto, and everyone thinks Krypto's the mole, but because that was his drone and he got hacked. But no one knew that Caustic was actually the drone, which kind of makes sense because Caustic's a scientist and he could probably do some engineering well at it, I would say. And after that, Caustic and Gibraltar had a conversation. Caustic's like, yo, I'm the mole. And Gibby's like, yo, you shouldn't be like putting the blame on Krypto, even though like tensions are high now. And he's like, Caustic's, I'm like, it's fine. I'm just making sure Watson's gonna do her work and not focus on a man, So after the whole group came together, basically talking about who the mole was. Tensions got so high, Watson had to leave, and Wraith basically opened a portal to take her out. And now we're on to the final episode. So the final episode, Bangalore goes hunting down Loba basically, because Loba has to leave or she's gonna get killed by Revenant. And Bangalore basically tracks Loba down and sits in a tree, and before they get right onto the ship, Loba's gonna get on the ship and basically escape. Revenant hops down and they basically have a conversation. But they don't kill each other, because here's the thing. Revenant wants to be dead because he's tired of living. I kind of speculated on this because one of his voice logs, after being revived from a dropship, is like, why do I keep reviving? Why am I not dead? And the one thing Revenant wants is to be dead. So Revenant and Loba kind of team up in this episode. And for the final episode, we make our way to a bunker, which basically is the final ending with all basically parts that we got to the machine. We realized something, and if you see my Ash video, I speculated this. Everyone basically broken ghost, all that fun stuff. It's basically, and in the middle of the facility, we meet basically a remnants of Ash, and we use her head to basically make a backup. And yeah, I'll link my Ash video in the bottom if you want to basically learn more about the Ash character from Titanfall. But yeah, Ash is gonna help us in next season. This was a really fun series to do, and yeah, see you next time on Ghostly French Toast. Bye.